Good Monday morning, my dear Christian brother or sister. I hope that you're looking forward to a productive but short week. I hope you're going to get to spend time with your family and friends for Thanksgiving. But more than anything else, of course, I hope you're living your very best life in Jesus Christ. Well, today I'm going to talk about something that evidently is very common with people. I'll start with myself. I don't sleep well. I never really have. I can clearly remember being a young child, slightly older than Landry, and spending many nights tossing and turning in bed, unable to still my mind enough to sleep. Part of this may be because I've always had issues with pain in my legs, even as a child. Often the only way I would be able to sleep was for my mother to come and rub alcohol on my legs. I know now this did nothing for the pain, but sometimes just my mom's gentle, loving touch was all I needed in order to be able to be at peace and sleep. Her presence was more often than not enough by itself to allow the pain to subside and my mind to rest. I admit that I'm 62 years old, but I still miss her touch. But the key was not her touch, it was knowing that I was safe and that I was loved that did the trick. Evidently, I'm not the only one who suffers from a lack of healthy sleep. Researchers have shown that a whopping 70% of adults report that they obtain insufficient sleep at least one night a month, and 11% of the population report insufficient sleep every night. It's estimated that this sleep-related problem affects 50 to 70 million Americans of all ages and socioeconomic classes. Lack of sleep leads to many physical problems as well, including high blood pressure, digestive issues, and more. I've come to the conclusion that, at least I think, the reason most people don't sleep is simple worry and fear. And as a Christian, I hate to admit this, we seem to be just as susceptible to these problems as everyone else. It's a real issue for many of the Christians I talk to. I understand. Your head hits the pillow, you take one look at the ceiling, and your thoughts flood in. What if? How come? Why is that? How can I? How could he? What if she? And the stillness of the night just only gives these thoughts more room to grow. Nam used to quote me Philippians 4:6, which tells us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." And then it goes on and says, "The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ." You know, I must have read that verse 1,000 times before I got the meaning of the 7th verse and a real solution to my nights of fretting and pain and sleep deprivation. I mean, it's a really simple solution. Step 1, instead of worrying or thinking about the pain, pray. Step 2, well, I don't really know what step 2 is because I'm always asleep by the end of step 1. Why? Because I'm at peace. A peace I don't understand and can't understand fills my mind, and off I go. There is a peace that we can experience that exceeds anything we can understand. That's what the scripture says. The NIV says this peace transcends. It's transcendent peace. It goes beyond the ordinary limits of our capacity and understanding, meaning that we don't have to have peaceful circumstances to experience this peace that abides beyond the realm of our current reality. It can live in our hearts, regardless of the turmoil that surrounds us. I don't use the Message Bible that often, but I have been going through it, and Philippians 4:6 in the Message Bible says, "Let petitions and praises shape your worries into prayers." I like that. Letting God know your concerns. And you know, a prayerful life is one that's open to God. And I'm learning over time to shut off my worry so I can open my heart to God. I mean, think about it. What does worry really do? Well, it keeps us from Him. It keeps our vision limited down to what only we can do, to what I can do, to what I can see, what I can make happen in and of myself. But you see, by praying, sincerely praying, It opens up all kinds of possibilities. And when I do this reaching out to God keeps my heart safe from the corrosive effect of worry and painful jolts of fear. When this happens, now that I've learned to just pray and tell God my concerns, I can sleep, as my mom used to say, the sleep of the righteous. Yeah, sometimes pain still keeps me awake, but I have noticed I am seldom kept from sleeping by worry these days. When I can't sleep as I lie awake at night, I have been training my heart to pray, my thoughts to thankfulness, and I allow myself to drift toward that transcendent peace, turning my worries into gratitude, into thank yous, and my doubts into praise. And after a while, even my physical pain goes away. I think it's because just like when I was little, I know that I'm safe and I'm loved, and I go to sleep. I mean, just like when I was young, it's the presence of a loving parent that allows me to get my rest. So if you're one of the sleep deprived, and there's a lot of us out there, try God's simple one-step program for the sleep deprived. Count those blessings and pray for His peace. And guess what? Our God will give you the best sleep you can ever have. As Mom used to say, you'll sleep the sleep of the righteous. I hope you make today a fantastic day. I want you to know that I'm here should you need me. If you can, please join us for our online prayer meeting and certainly for Bible study on Wednesday. As I said, I'm here if you need me, and I truly love you all. Bye-bye.